Hello, welcome back again. One of the most iconic bands of the 80s, in my humble opinion. Japan. What I have here is the Abbey Road Half Speed master of Exorcising Ghosts. And I'm quite happy that I can compare it against the original British first pressing. And so we get a decent point, a decent base of looking how decent, how good is the job Abbey Road and their half-speed mastering team has done. Is it good, not good, very good, whatever. Okay. But maybe before we go into the comparison between the half-speed master and the original, which is here, we get a bit, see, interesting. So this is the original. Here you have the remaster, so quite some color variations, not that exact as you can see, but okay, if the rest is okay, we can live with it. We go a little deeper after the in a nutshell, the Japan story. Interestingly, funnily, the boys from Japan started as a glam rock band. And how can I put it? Yeah, they got saved by a collaboration with I love glam rock. Just kidding here. With the collaboration with Giorgio Moroder, they did a single together, which was not that successful, but that opens them into their newer direction. And so after this collaboration, after the single release, we got the Japan we now really cheer. A lot of us really do love, because this is quite a very, very, very special band out of that time period. And don't if you don't know them, don't get fooled by their look, by their style, by their dressing. They are not new romantics. They are Japan. Maybe how can you describe it when you never listen to it? It's a perfect mixture, yeah, between Richie Sakamoto, Talk, Roxy Music. It's beautiful new wave, post-punkish electronic music, very, very sophisticated, incredible sophisticated songs that also, if you listen to them 40 years later, it's still very impressive, and it aged very, 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 very well. Yeah, so after that new period of music, they did two quite successful albums, but the tension within the band, probably mostly between the two creative forces, David Sylvian and Mick Karn, yeah, they split. You know, probably you all know David Sylvian's, or most of you do know David Sylvian's solo albums, fantastic ones. But Mick Karn, don't underestimate Mick Karn. If you haven't already, get into his solo stuff. Wow. Through Mick Karn, in that time, I got to Japan. And I got into David Sylvian, not vice versa. I'm a huge Mick Karn fan. It's not that huge of an output, but wow. Okay, so now how did this compilation come to be? You know, when they split, they entered the mainstream, and the first blossoms of success occurred. And 2 years after they have split, they did a live recording, I think, which was their biggest selling album. And so the two, Sylvian and Karn, decided that they do this compilation, which is mainly and luckily out of the 2 albums, Gentlemen Take Polaroids and Tin Drum. Of course, some highlights out of the older albums, but they did it right. So we have this kind of collaboration, of compilation here with fantastic songs, really the highlights from Japan. And yeah, now let's get into the comparison. What do we get from Half Speed Masters? We get a beautiful, sturdy, gatefold jacket. We get printed, non-polylined inner sleeve. Here you have the look of them. If you all beautiful, all fine. Wait a second for the second. It's a double album, of course. Here you can see them very well. Yeah, those are the boys. And of course, we get beautifully flat, silent, well-made 180 gram vinyl. And of course, oh no, there's something else. We get a poster. Yeah, keep the poster. And we get an obi. Also nice, well made. Obi says Japan Exorcising Ghosts, half-speed mastering. Yeah, and then they go into the half-speed mastering. Here we have the titles, and of course we have the original. Let's get into the jacket of the original so that you have a nice comparison. I already showed you the color difference. What also different, this has a matte finish. The original has a more glossy finish, also a gatefold. You have tape. Is this an inner sleeve? No, see, this comes with the original. Dave again provided me with such a great copy. Damn it. Okay, yeah, and the labels, by the way, the labels are quite different. So now for the comparison. But let me start with a different point. I did something I usually don't do. I've read some critics over Discogs and elsewhere. What do the people say about the quality of this half-speed masters, of this specific half-speed master? And they are quite happy. So great pressing, great mastering, sounds great, wow, yada yada yada, wow. So oh, okay. And then I did my comparison. So keep in mind that what comes now, I stand alone with. It looks like other people sees that completely different. I first listened to the Abbey Road Half Speed Master, and yeah, if I would have listened to this one, I'd say yeah, it's not a great sounding, but it's an okay sounding. Nothing that wrong with it. I can recommend that. And then the original. And then I changed totally my mind again, because let's start with the bass. The original has so much more beautiful, profound bass that this is almost a different record. I don't know if they cut at a specific frequency over at Half Speed Masters, or they don't like when they have bass on their records. I don't know. I don't understand. But if you compare those, and this is, if you're not totally deaf, excuse me, I don't. But if you're not totally deaf, you hear that immediately. that this this bass on the Half-Speed master and on the original, they have nothing to do with each other. This is something completely different when you compare those records. Then you have, of course, the more subtle points, like this warm. Again, it's 1984, but still you have with the original this warm vinyl touch. It almost uses you, even with this music that comes out of the more out of this electronic area, but still it has this vinyl warmth, separation, depth, soundstage. The original has so much more beauty of it that I can't recommend. I don't put affiliate links of this one in the video description. I can't recommend that because it's not that. I would recommend the Half-Speed masters if there would be a huge price difference. But it's not. It's not that this original is 289 euros. It's not. You get a very good copy around 30 euros, which is. If you can get your hands on a decent original, you get the way better pressing. For whatever reasons, you know, we don't have to go always into the why. The why is very important, the why is extremely interesting. But in most cases, for me, it's enough when I know this one is better. Get this one. And as I said, you find, or I will put the Discogs. I will put the Discogs link to the original pressing, the original first British pressing. This is the one to get compared to these two versions. So absolutely no need for the Half-Speed masters. No need at all. Of course, again, if you just listen to the Half-Speed master, I can understand when someone says, yeah, this sounds great, this sounds good, but the original sounds better, and it's a great sounding record. It's a great, we're talking 80s here, we are talking about a very good sounding record. I'd say 8.5 to 9, and the Abbey Road is a. Okay, if the original is a 9, then the Abbey Road is a 7. So that's my personal opinion. Okay, enough said. Thank you very much for your time. See you on the next one. Bye.